Alright, here's our third video on lighthouses. The learning goal today is finding the angle of elevation to a lighthouse. Now again, we're using tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Let's take a look at the question. A boat is 2 nautical miles from a lighthouse, which is marked as follows. What is the angle of elevation from the boat to the lighthouse? Now this time we have an unknown angle. Let's draw it in as always. We've got our lighthouse over here. Now looking at the markings on the lighthouse, don't worry about all of this, that's our flashing. It's flashing 2 times and it's repeating every 10 seconds. It's got a height, this is the important bit, 65 metres. 65 metres, so that's the height of that thing. Now the distance is 2 nautical miles from boat, there's our boat, from boat to lighthouse, there's our lighthouse. Now the angle of elevation, that's the thing we want to know. We don't know our angle of elevation. Now it's going to be a 2-stepper. First of all, that 2 nautical miles, that's a problem because our triangle is in nautical miles on the bottom and it's in metres along here. We're going to have to convert them both into metres. Now in order to do that conversion, you're going to need to multiply by your conversion factor of 1,852. So it's going to be 2 times 1,852, which is going to give you a total of 3,704. Now that means that that is 3,704 metres long from boat to lighthouse. Now after that, it's fairly simple. We put it into our tan ratio. Tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Now this is different to the other ones because the thing that we don't know is the angle. We do know opposite and adjacent. Opposite, that's this side here, which is 65, over the adjacent, which is 3,704. Now in order to get theta by itself, we need to get rid of tan, which is here. We can do that by moving it to the other side, and when we do, it becomes inverse tan, or you might call it shift tan. You write it as tan to the -1 and open brackets 65 over 3,704, close those brackets. Now you should be able to type that all into your calculator. That's going to tell you what the theta is. Now when you type that into your calculator, you'll get something like 1.005 degrees. Now make sure that if you don't get that answer, check your calculator. If you don't get that answer, make sure that you check that you are in degrees, not radians. As always with these questions, make sure you finish with a sentence. The question was, what is the angle of elevation from the boat to the lighthouse? The answer is, the angle of elevation from the boat to the lighthouse is 1.005 degrees. That's finding the angle of elevation to a lighthouse.